I'll tell you what, everybody, there is just not enough time in the day to get everything done. My options are continue trying to do everything myself, how I've always been doing it, or hire an assistant. So I was looking into getting one, but that's when I discovered Fin.com. Like the best assistants, Fin knows your preferences, remembers the people you interact with, and integrates with your email and calendar. I was a little bit skeptical at first, but then I used it to schedule a doctor's appointment, to look at restaurant recommendations, and it works just like working with a real person. It's quick, it's fast, it's smart. I think you really have to check it out and use it to see how efficient this can make your life. We all have busy schedules. We're all trying to minimize the busy work that takes time away from family and important work that we like doing. Fin can make calls, it can send emails on your behalf, it can pay bills, remember important dates, set confirmations for appointments, basically just automatically gets your busy work done for you. If you're someone who doesn't have 40 hours of work for an assistant every week, here's the best part. It's always available on demand and you only pay for what you use. Once you try Fin, you're going to love it as much as I do. As a listener of my show, I've arranged for all of you to try Fin for free. Just use my link, fin.com/cryptostreet. That's fin.com/cryptostreet. fin.com/cryptostreet. Try it for free. I know you're going to love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Let's go.
Round one, fight.
Thank you for tuning in to the Crypto Street Podcast. Here are your hosts, Killer Whale, Prince, and Crypto Dale.
And remember to tip your waitress.
Welcome, everybody. Another episode of Crypto Street Podcast. I am filling in for Dale. Starting to feel like a full-time job, though, at this point. Dale missing a couple of episodes, but happy to be here. We got a great guest for you guys. I'm sure you guys will like. Prince, how are you?
I'm good. We just figured out we're going to start taxing Dale on every episode that he can't make. So, this should be a profitable endover, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this.
At this point, keep on missing him. Yeah, now that the tax is implemented.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get straight to it. Our guest today is Jack Piney of the Traders platform. Jack, we're thrilled to have you here. You have a beautiful British voice. I think it's a British accent, which listeners I think love. So, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. Excited to talk about this. Start off by just giving the audience a little bit of background about how you got into crypto, how you started working on the Traders platform. Just kind of walk us through your journey.
Okay, well, I got into Bitcoin. I first heard about Bitcoin in 2012 when my dad told me not to invest. So you can imagine
that's the classic.
My thrill.
Yeah.
You can imagine my thrill when I came back to the market in 2017 and realized that when I used to look at it at $10, and it's now 2,000. I was a bit upset. But no, so I was first introduced to the markets very young through watching Wall Street with my brother.
It's a classic.
I started actually watching the markets in 2008. Traditionals, equities. I started getting my feet wet in 2010. And as I said, reading about Bitcoin in 2012. Then 2014 came around. I'd been dabbling, but nothing really serious. And then I met my girlfriend and we had a little baby boy. He was born with a rare white blood cell disease. And we spent 6 months in hospital. So you can imagine I wasn't really thinking about the markets. So 2017 came around, I saw the price of Bitcoin. I was pissed off and I just wanted to get in. I saw a gap in the market. There's just information everywhere, no real hub of information. So I just wanted to build something. And that's essentially where Traders was born. Mm-hmm. I started trading. I'd never touched a chart. I always thought the charts were for the big boys and girls, Bloomberg and CNBC. They always get it right, right?
Or so we think at times, right? When we first start. Yeah.
So, counter indicators.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started touching the charts, started looking into all sorts of different techniques. I found really my edge in trend following. I don't really care about price. I don't care about bottoms and tops. I just want my set of indicators to tell me when the trend is going where I want it to go, whether it's up or down. And essentially that's based around a 4-hour chart and higher. And I use the 9 and the 20 EMA. When the 9's above the 20, I'm in. It's as simple as that. When the 9's below the 20, I'm short. It really is as simple as that. 4-hour and up. So other than trading, we're building. So we're building this platform, which essentially wants to bring everything that a consumer or a business might want from crypto under one roof. And that includes all sorts. So essentially, I want to paint a picture for everyone because we can't look at it. So a little imagination is needed. Imagine on-chain FX, CoinMarketCap, CoinScovery, Twitter, Facebook, Steemit, Discord, stock charts, Investopedia, Baby Pips, news, education, eBay and Amazon, lottery games, casino, everything which you might want in life linked to crypto under one roof. And that's what we're trying to build.
Just a big ass ecosystem.
Exactly. You it's a hub. And when I first showed you, Prince, I called it a hub and you were like, it's an ecosystem.
Yeah.
And you're completely right. It is. It's the whole ecosystem under one roof. It's essentially, imagine a mall. You go into a mall, it's got everything you want. And it's exactly the same. We want to help people. We want to give them what they want. We want mass adoption. We want people to be able to use their crypto. And then on top of that, we want to reward them. So that's, and we've spoken about, and you've seen the schematic, which I've drawn up. Essentially, everything is based, and I mentioned Steemit as well. Essentially, we want to create a reward system which rewards people for using the platform, using the features. And we want to do that in a fair and transparent way. So if you go on to the market cap feature and you click into a chart and you create an analysis and you share that, you have essentially interacted with the platform. That's logged through the reward system. You're assigned a set amount of points, interaction points, if you want to call them that, and that is linked to a dollar value. And it has to be fair, of course. It has to be fair.
Absolutely.
But the whole point is that you can do anything and everything in traders and get rewarded for it. We're not here to take away. We're here to give.
Yeah.
And as you already know, we have a free and a paid model. And essentially the only difference in the free and the paid model is the proximity of users to analysts and to industry professionals, and also to the reward system. So if you're a paying member, we're essentially planning on a membership multiplier. So the longer you've been a member, the more reward you get.
So what led you to, going one day and saying, I think I got an idea and I got to create this, I got to start working on this, this big ecosystem. What led you to that point,
Well, I've always been a builder. I've never wanted to work for anyone. It's as simple as that. I've always been in shit jobs and I've always worked my ass off to build something. And where I see where my passions lie are where I want to build things. And essentially, if I see a gap, I just feel the need to fill it. It's as simple as that. There really is, there's not much more to it. I just essentially had to find a team to put this together because I saw a gap.
So it clearly sounds like a very ambitious project, a lot of different things you can do. Walk us through how a normal, let's say, crypto Twitter trader, the steps they might take to use it. Let's say it's their first time logging on, how that experience is going to be.
So the beginnings of the project are essentially a live support group. That's where everything starts. Most of us come to the market and we struggle and we seek help from influencers, from You know, we all know Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger. We all have these names that we know. We're all we're essentially all in this market to make money. So it starts off and has started off as a live group. And the initial, when you first join traders, you join a free group as it stands now. Seeing as the platform isn't live yet, you join a free group or a paid group. And upon the launch of traders, essentially you'll log in and you log into a social newsfeed. Just imagine Facebook. You log in, you have your own profile, you're on a newsfeed, and you're just conversing with people. And then if you want to read the news, you just go into the news tab. You can set all the news on your calendar. There you go. You've got the ETF news coming up. You know that. Your alarm goes off because it's set on traders. You go and I DM Prince because we're friends on traders. You go and you look at the top 100 and you click on your list or multiple lists and you open up one of the charts or all of the charts in one go. And then you draw up a chart and you share it. You like other people's charts. Essentially, it's as simple as, you could essentially boil it down to Facebook and TradingView.
Yeah.
You log into your news feed, you go and talk with friends, and you go and chart. And if you want to, you can jump in a chat and you can speak with an analyst.
I was just going to say, how does it work in terms of accessing the analysts? Like, what are the steps they have to go through in order to interact with one of those analysts?
And also for the analyst to get on there, let's go into that too. So accessing, ability to converse, say, with the analyst, and also how does the analyst get set up?
Okay, so it's very simple. The moment you join, you have access to a live chat where the analysts converse. Currently we have 5 analysts, myself included, and we essentially cover 365 days a year. We haven't missed a day yet. There's always an analyst available. So you've got a question, there's someone there, and it gets answered in minutes, if not seconds. It's very rare that there isn't an analyst around. And the more we get, the more support there'll be. Paid users, we haven't spoken about this yet. There's going to be 2 news feeds. One will be social, just as a stacked timeline, and the other as an analysis newsfeed, and that will just be technical analysis from the analysts.
Kind of like trades and setup ideas, stuff like that.
Exactly that. So just exactly like TradingView, but instead of their stupid 3x3, it's just stacked like it is on Twitter or Facebook, for example. And you'll be able to categorize that. You'll be able to filter it by analyst or by coin, by duration, by trade type, ideas, long, short, whatever. But essentially, analysts will be invited or they can apply. The moment which they're in. And for example, Prince, you could come on right now and you could come and speak to users. It's that simple. There's no friction at all. You join, you can speak to an analyst that same moment, within the minute.
So this kind of like, it sets up a neat opportunity for, I think, a lot of individuals who say want to run paid groups, who already run paid groups. But now it kind of gives them, if they want to, say, go as an analyst, they kind of have a spot now where they can, say, in a sense, still run a paid group, but without, say, having to be in Discord all day. Now they can go and do it from one platform with many others.
This is exactly right. So this is essentially the next step. This is the logical thing to talk about next, is I want to disrupt the whole paid group system. I want analysts from these paid groups, I want the good analysts to think to themselves, why am I putting myself through all this stress and strain, trying to run this group, under scrutiny from other members, other analysts, when I can just go underneath traders? They'll protect me, and all I have to do is share charts and talk to people. And not only that, I get rewarded for it through the reward system. And on top of that, Traders is giving me 51% commission for every member that joined using my reference link. So that's the whole point. I want to completely remove this whole paid group thing. I realize that it's odd, essentially, because what we're running at the moment, the whole beginnings of this, is a paid group.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to put money in the pockets of my analysts.
Yeah.
And, they have families, and it can't be done for free. It's impossible.
Yeah. Well, it's cool too, right? Like, I think, there's a lot of people in the space who, they'll shit on paid groups, and everyone's
Very much
entitled to their own opinions, right? And that's just how it is.
Of course.
But with that being said, there's also a hell of a lot of paid groups out there. So, you can, with this, from, my understanding on it all is, it really kind of just removes a lot of the noise, say, for people who want to set up a paid group, who already have a paid group. Now they can, instead of having to be in a Discord channel or something all day, it's just this one kind of one-stop shop, and everything is right there for them.
Yeah, so, there's so many charlatans.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many idiots.
Yeah.
There's so many people out there pretending to be the dog's bollocks.
Yeah.
I'm the best analyst there is. Watch me catch every move.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I'm trading a 1 minute chart.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Why not get all the best analysts together, give them a fat commission, give them a reward system, and then users can say, shit,
Yeah.
they've got X, Y, and Z on the team. I don't need to go and pay someone that I have no idea about.
Yeah.
These people are tried and tested, proven.
Mm-hmm.
And not only do I just have access to this person from this group, I've got access to this person, this person, this person,
Yeah.
these 15 analysts.
Yeah, instead of being enclosed to one individual, now you kind of have this diverse grouping.
That's right. And I don't have to hide the fact that I'm in a paid group,
Yeah.
and I don't have to, pretend that I don't like paid groups.
And not just that too, is, their calls are going to be known. And so if they're garbage,
That's right.
and,
That's
like
right.
you said, a charlatan, they're going to be outed pretty quickly.
It's about transparency. Look,
Yeah.
we've all got trading view accounts.
Yeah.
Most of us have trading view accounts. We share charts, and we put our reputations on the line.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact is that we're all going to be wrong from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to say, people absolutely need to know that if you're tying the success of your trading to one person, that person is going to have cold streaks. They might have personal problems going on in their life. They might be going through a divorce. Who knows? But it's going to happen. But if you have this sort of system where it's more of a composite of a bunch of those people, I think the chances of you having a successful trade are way higher.
Yeah, exactly. And essentially, it's being a successful trader isn't just about the trade. Sometimes it's about the trade not taken.
Yeah.
And it's about the mindset, and it's about the lack of emotion, and it's about knowledge and understanding, and just simply being a well-rounded trader.
Mm-hmm.
That comes with journaling. There's so much more to it than hitting the buy button, setting a limit order or a market order. There's so much more to it. And as you say, if you're just underneath one person or two people, three people, well, what if they start getting it wrong? What if they're highly emotional?
Mm-hmm.
Your only choice then is to get back on Twitter.
Yeah. And
try and scout what's going on and judge sentiment, which is also pretty much bullshit as well. There's just so much crap and so much noise.
Yeah.
And we want to filter that. You could, for example, you could come on Traders, and you like price action. And let's say, for example, somehow we get Trader Main and Scarface on, these pretty well-known guys on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
price action traders, and you like price action, but maybe Main's on a cold streak
Mm-hmm.
and Scarface isn't. You're filtering by price action, and you've got these options, 5, 10, 15, 20 price action traders,
Mm-hmm.
which are all essentially registered traders underneath the Traders brand, and you just don't have to feel stuck with them.
Mm-hmm.
You get bored of price action. It's not working for you. Well, then maybe I'll go and look at Josh, and I'll look at Ichimoku.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I'll go and play with Bollinger Bands. Now, I understand that there's an issue with paralysis by overanalysis, but everyone's got to find their feet at some point.
Well, my thing is, just having access and, just being able to,
That's correct.
I like being able to see different opinions. When I'm, usually I'll have my opinion and I'll already kind of know where I'm leaning. But I like to get a feel for, what are other guys who I know can trade? What are they seeing? What are their thoughts? And usually it's, typically, I don't know, for me, it's not like it's going to sway my trade too much, but I like it because it increases my awareness to the situation, right? The different probabilities. And I think this is kind of neat because, it's all under one roof, and you can, just kind of flip through these like, files, and you can just, okay, who's seeing this? Okay, what are they seeing? How are they seeing this potential? Okay, right? Because there's so many probabilities all the time in trades.
That's correct. And the key really is the invitation/application.
Mm-hmm.
You'll know that everyone who is registered as an analyst on the platform is vouched for. We're not going to bring in an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to bring in someone. People change,
yeah.
Okay, and people can put a front on,
mm-hmm.
And there may be the odd idiot, but the idiots always rear their heads at the end, and they'll always get found out.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot get by. You can't fake it to make it in trading.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know that everyone underneath the brand is categorized as a good trader in some form or another,
mm-hmm.
you can align yourself with those who have the same bias as you and they use the same technicals as you.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, there'll also be a place where they can share long form ideas and you can really learn. So, I mentioned the education, stock charts, Investopedia, baby pips. We're going to have Traders Academy.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go in it and you can really learn what you're doing as well.
Yeah.
It's the whole package.
Yeah, because there's a lot more than just the paid side of it, right? There's the whole
That's right.
Anyone can use it side of it, which has a lot to offer as well.
Anyone can use this. Anyone can use this. All the education is going to be free.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing which you're paying for is to be able to get closer to the analysts and have that 365 days a year
mm-hmm.
live support.
Are the analysts something that is paid only?
No. So analysts, of course, will be in and out of the free chats as well. Now, there will be private chats for paying users. If there's not, why would they pay? Mm-hmm. There has to be some sort of exclusivity.
Right.
And we're working with and we're working out how we create value for paying users. And that could come in the form of a specific news feed, which is filtered just for them. That could come in the form of myriad live chats based on different aspects of the market, different markets completely, crypto, forex, equities, whatever it is, commodities. We can separate things, but the whole point is, and you've seen the schematic yourselves,
mm-hmm.
analysts are in the center, and then free users and paid users are split, but they're also joined through the shared news feed,
mm-hmm.
through shared chats. But of course, there will be some separation. There has to be
yeah.
live support for paid users.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, the way that works is we don't remove the analysts from the free users, but the paid users are prioritized.
Mm-hmm.
If a paid user and a free user ask a question in the same minute, the analyst is going to go to the paid user first. And there's a chance that you won't get an immediate response.
Yeah.
You may not get a response at all at that point in time because the analysts are busy. But the key is to have a wide range of analysts, a large number of analysts that will be there 365 days a year.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just a message away.
And really, just paying, it's kind of like your first come, first serve. It gets you ahead in the line.
That's correct. And you will also be able, as I said, you'll have these extra features. So the extra features will be a specific news feed, which is just for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that news feed will be made up of just analysts' ideas. okay? And you'll be able to converse with the analysts about their ideas in a prioritized manner. And on top of that, there'll be the multiplier reward. So if you're a paying user, you'll get rewarded more.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's also the question of the tokenization.
Yeah.
How do we tokenize in a fair way, in a transparent way, in a way that breeds longevity? And something which I want to put to you, and I want to put to anyone listening, and I'm more than willing, you know how early we are in this, I'm more than willing and open to suggestion. Okay, it's decentralization at the end of the day. It's about ideas. And the idea that we're playing with at the moment is that a certain percentage of all revenue will essentially underpin the value of a capped amount of tokens. So the more we grow, the more the underlying value rises. Now, when those tokens are used and when they're exchanged or when they go into chance or lottery games or when they go into the marketplace, they get exchanged for other tokens or fiat, and the tokens go back into the system. So a capped amount of tokens which are backed by the growth of the company. And there was a wonderful tweet by someone, and I can't remember, it's someone that I've just started following, and they said that why should a company take 90% of the revenue and only give 10% back? Why not do it the other way around? And that's essentially what we want to do. We want to take the revenue, we want to give 51% back to the analysts, so they're incentivized to share. We want the reward system to pay everyone, so they're incentivized to interact with the features. And we want to put a large percent into the tokens. And we also have something called the contributor pool. So everyone can contribute into a specific live chat and newsfeed, and that will be voted on each month. And the top 5 contributors will take 5% of the revenue.
Okay.
So it's just all about giving back.
Yeah, incentives, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what was it like creating the incentive system for the traders platform and kind of figuring out how that jigsaw puzzle came together? Because that's really, I think, at the core of any crypto project is creating a decentralized thing where it makes sense for everybody involved to participate.
Well, it's ongoing. Essentially, we have users as we stand now, and we essentially are working it out together, and we'll carry on working it out until we come to implementation. I would like the whole governance of the system to be decentralized. Now, we cannot go down the decentralized app route because we're not there with scalability, but we can give away governance. And it's completely up for debate. Why should these decisions just be down to us? Why not give the decision to everyone? And essentially, we're just looking at how much we can give away. What can we do to give it away? We need to give away as much as possible to incentivize this as much as possible. How much can we give away and how can we do that? We do that through the contributor pool. We do that through the reward system. We do that through the commission for the analysts.
Prince, do you have anything else you want to ask? Or I think I have a much better, we've seen it before and I had a pretty good idea, but this was definitely a nice deeper dive into the incentive system and how it works for the analysts and the users. And
Jack, where can people, because I think the one thing about you, we're friends and we talk here and there. I know you as a guy, and I know you like to hear suggestions, you like to hear feedback. And so, anyone listening to this who maybe, has an idea for it, maybe has some feedback, where would they be able to, how would they be able to get in touch with you?
So anyone can contact me through Twitter. I'm not some large influencer or personality. It's Jack David Piney, or you can get me at jackdavidpiney@gmail.com. We're, of course, looking for more team members. We're always looking for ideas. And you can get me on Twitter or email.
Awesome. We really appreciate having you on, Jack. It was really interesting, and I think the audience is going to like this for sure.
No, thank you for having me. I mean, we're so early, and you have absolutely no reason to have me on. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, man.
No, it's been great talking to you. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Thank you. You'll probably hear this near the middle or end of next week. So have a wonderful weekend, everybody. And we will catch you guys later.
Well, for them, it'll just be the normal whenever they hear it, right? From when we're recording.
True.
All right. Later, everyone.